Anthropic, one of the big AI companies alongside OpenAI, Grok, Gemini from Google. Anthropic got sued for $1.5 billion, that's $1,500 million, for ripping copyrighted content from authors to train their large language model. In this lawsuit, 500,000 authors are set to get $3,000 each, plus interest, from Anthropic, who ripped their content, put it up into the cloud, and trained their Claude large language model AI. Now, this is huge because, frankly, it brings some fairness to this whole AI stuff. If you're a writer, you're creating content, a big tech company comes and literally slurps up your content to train its models and doesn't give you a penny, and meanwhile their market cap or their valuation goes up tens of billions of dollars based on training from your content. Come on. Everyone knows it's not fair, and people were waiting to see how this lawsuit would play out. Now, there's been some interesting observations as to the logic of why they didn't fight this more. And here's a fascinating conclusion. If you're Anthropic, you paid $1.5 billion. You paid each writer, 500,000 of them, $3,000 each, to use their content. This sets the bar for using copyrighted material really, really high. In other words, it's become really expensive to train a large language model in a legit kind of way. So if you're a smaller AI company and you don't have the tens of billions of dollars that Anthropic has, that OpenAI has, that Google Gemini has, that Musk and Grok has, you can't play ball. So ironically, paradoxically, what Anthropic has done is set the bar so high for training a model legitimately and legally that it got rid of tons of competition. That's really something. But as a content creator, I just appreciate the sentiment that these big AI companies just can't have everything for free. This goes all the way back to the beginning of the internet. Tim Berners-Lee, he threw it up, hypertext markup language. No one knew what the hell the internet was, and everyone was just doing whatever on it because no one even understood the value of it. We have this feeling that content online should be free. And that goes all the way back to the point when no one knew what the internet was or what it could do, so whatever. But that's changed. Obviously, the internet has completely transformed our lives, and AI is on its way to completely transforming our lives. And lawsuits like this create a little bit of balance between humans creating content for the bots to learn from, the authors being compensated, and ironically enough, this creates an oligarchy, an oligopoly of only a handful of companies who can now technically afford to do this stuff. Fascinating developments in terms of copyright, technology, artificial intelligence, and the future of not only the internet and AI, but our entire lives.